we're going to have what I call a pop-up paint party. This one's going to have to be 5 days. But there's a lot of texture on this painting. When I put my hand over it, it just feels, I mean, it's just like scratchy, 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 okay? So when I painted this the first time, I painted it on a 16 by 20. And let me turn my heater off so y'all not hearing that noise. Hey, Libby from Mississippi. Hey, Star. I'm so glad y'all are here. Do me a favor and give me some love by, you know, I was supposed to make a little sign that says S-H-A-R-E. You know, just press that little arrow at the bottom and just give me some love and sprinkle this, please. Because this is going to be our last pop-up paint party for a while, okay? It's time for me to slow down on the pop-up paint parties. But I have to do this one with y'all because it's probably my most favorite. And the way that I've been doing my pop-up paint parties, just to give y'all a little bit of information, is what I do is I take a day and I say, okay, I'm not painting for anybody, I'm painting for me. I am starting with a blank canvas and I just feel like painting today. That's all I want to do. And so I have something that pops into my head and I try to make it come to life. So I want to talk to you about what we're going to do in this pop-up paint party. It's going to be, it's going to be an extravaganza, okay? It's not just going to be a 5-day pop-up paint party. And let me explain that to you. We're going to paint this in a private Facebook group in 5 days, March 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, and 26th. It's a Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Central every night, but you don't have to be there. You can always watch the replays in the Facebook group. The group will stay open for 2 months, and then I will archive it. And basically all that means is you just won't be able to comment and post pictures and ask questions after 2 months, okay? You'll still be able to see everybody's information and all of the videos for as long as you stay in that group. It'll just be shut off from having traffic going in it, if that makes sense. Thank you, Miss Lina. It's a baby chick. That's what I thought too. Somebody told me it looked like a duck. I don't think it looks like a duck. Okay, so this is a $17 pop-up paint party. You're going to be getting, we're going to go bigger. This is a 16 by 20. We're going to go bigger, and I'm going to show you, we're going to go on an 18 by 24, because I just feel like this will be the cutest thing ever on, for Easter, on your mantelpiece or something. I don't know. It's going to be super cute. So we're going to go bigger. But I'm going to give you 2 options. I am going to show you how to make a palette board for an 18 by 24, and I'm going to show you how to distress the actual board to make it look like it's old like this in the back. If you don't want to do the palette board, and these are the palette boards, I'm going to show you 2 different options. This is the easier of the 2. This is an example of one that I did on a palette board. This is only a 16 by 16, okay? And you put the palettes together with the strips. These are 1 by 2 furring strips that you can get at Home Depot for, like, I think you can get them in like an 8-foot piece for like $2. And I don't know, it might even be cheaper. Yes, the 18 by 24 was the deer. You're exactly right. Yes, this is so much better than canvas. But if you want to paint it on canvas and you don't want to do a palette board, I'm also going to show you how to just use acrylic paint to make this background. So I'm going to show you both ways. I'm going to show you how to use your palette board to stain your palette board, to paint it, to sand it down, all that kind of stuff to make it look distressed. And then we'll come back and paint the Easter basket on top of that. Okay, so that's going to be one method, but then I'm also going to show you just how to paint a regular canvas with acrylic paint and make it look like it's a distressed board. Not only that, you get another bonus for coming into the pop-up paint party. You get the bonus of learning how to frame your piece as well. And I'm not just going to do the stained frame. I'm also going to do a white distressed frame. So it's all about white distressing. We're going to learn how to do white distressing on wood, okay, for our painting pieces. Okay, so not only do you get all of that, but you get a 5-day step-by-step painting tutorial on getting all of this onto your painting surface. Okay? Now, I am also going to be going live on this page pretty often over the next couple of weeks. I haven't sat down and made the schedule yet, but most of the lives that I do will be little warm-ups for the actual pop-up paint party. So I think it's important for us to look at this, and I'm going to be totally honest. I get people saying that my paintings are hard. They look hard. They're not hard. They just take a long time, okay? So that's why we're going to take 5 days. And you may look at this and say, okay, well, I don't know if I could paint that little chick. All right, well, I'm going to give you some little warm-ups before the actual pop-up paint party so that if you want to practice before we actually put the whole thing together, I'm going to be going live. When we do the pop-up paint party, we're going to put it all together. All right, so we're just going to do little warm-ups. It's not going to be to this extent, but we're going to practice some things before we actually go into the main painting. Because I want you to walk away with something that you are like, wow, I can't believe I did this. I don't want you going into the painting being like, oh, this is the first time I ever paint an Easter rabbit and I messed it all up, you know, or this is the first time I ever paint a little chicken and so I messed my whole painting up, okay? I want you to have the practice time before we actually create such a beautiful piece. And I have another surprise. My launch for the tribe is March 31st. Well, we are almost in March. So get ready for lots of action during the month of March on my Facebook page. So you're going to be getting a lot of surprise paintings and a lot of me popping in. I don't really have a schedule for it, but it's just going to be me popping in for the month of March, and we're going to have some fun for the month of March, and I'm going to explain what the tribe is all about, and get ready because it's coming. And by the way, Tribe Sisters, you are getting in for free in this pop-up paint party. So do not register. You do not have to register. You get in for free. The only thing that I ask that you do is share with your friends, sprinkle with your friends, let them know that I'm doing this and it is a $17 party. You can get them to come and paint with you if you want. I just ask that you help me spread the word for this party, and you ask your friends to come and join us. Something else that I want to explain to you is if you decide that you want to make your own palette board, I am going to go through the materials that you need. One of the things that you're going to need is, of course, some wood, okay? We buy our wood at Home Depot just because it's the most convenient place for us. You can buy it at Lowe's as well. There are 2 different ways you can make your palette board. This is the hard way, and it's the more expensive way. See how there's no backing to it? So you can make it a reversible painting if you want to. You could paint one thing on one side and one thing on the other, and you could hang it maybe from the top. You could put some of those little O screws in it. I used to do that all the time. You put the little O screws in it and you hang it with a ribbon or a jute or something, and then you have two paintings. Okay, both sides are exactly the same. The way that we make these, it takes equipment to be able to do that. There's a piece of equipment called a joiner. It's a biscuit joiner. It's a little handheld electric device. And what it does is it drills a little hole, a little slit into the wood. And what you do is you line up your pieces of wood and you drill the little slits into the wood. And then you have this little wooden, it's called a biscuit. You have this little wooden biscuit. It kind of looks like a flat egg. It's shaped like an oval. And you stick it in both sides and you like push the two pieces of wood together. And we actually, I think you have to do this. I'm not sure. I don't know enough about it. But we put wood glue on the little biscuit. We push it in. We hammer them together and they slide together. And then what happens is, because of that wood glue, the biscuit gets bigger because it has moisture in it. And once it gets bigger, it like holds the boards. Like there's no way to get these boards apart from one another. So this is 3 boards put together. We also use wood glue on the hole, like in between the wood. So it takes a little more equipment. It takes a little more manpower to kind of know what you're doing. But it's a very professional surface if you do something like that. If you don't, it's okay. You can also make your pallet boards like this with the back, and all you do is use the 1x2 wood strips. But we're going to take you through step by step on how to make your pallet. If you don't want to make your pallet, you can go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's and you can buy a pallet. And they're not that expensive, y'all. If you get the 40% off, you probably pay $15 or $20, maybe not even that much. I don't know. Oh, the other thing that we're going to show you, like I said before, is we're going to show you how to make these cute little frames. And this is just a canvas. This is a canvas that I painted, and then afterwards Michael came back and made these beautiful frames to put around them. And so they're ready to hang, just like this. They're ready to hang, and I love the way they look. I also do them with a white distressed finish. With most people like that. Thank you, Jane. I'm going to take a break from my pop-up paint parties after this one. Yeah, we have a lot of fun, but I am going to take a break after this one. We're probably not going to do another one until like July or August. So this is going to be the last one for a while. I need to streamline some things. I have some other things in the works that I'm working on, and I need that time to be able to work on something else. So I just wanted to come on and invite you all, and please do me a favor and sprinkle with your friends and let them know that I have this. What else I want to talk to y'all about? Some of you might not want to join the pop-up paint party because you think like you don't know what you need. Well, I told you what you need if you want the palette board, but what else would you need? So if you just want to do on a canvas, which is totally so doable, because I mean, look at this. It's not framed yet, but how pretty is this? So I'm going to get Michael to frame it for me, and I'm going to put this up for Easter in my house. And this is just on a really thin canvas, and it's beautiful. You need a canvas, of course. You need paintbrushes. You need like regular, I would say if you're going to work big, then get big, okay? Big paintbrushes for the background, if you're just going to be painting the background. Bigger, you're probably going to need some bigger paintbrushes than just your little ones. You are going to need some little ones, like maybe like a flat, let's look at this. This is a flat brush. You're going to need something like this. You could just buy like a pack of brushes, but you are going to need, I would definitely suggest you get one paintbrush that's a little bit bigger because we're going to be working on a large surface. You're going to need a palette knife, okay? You know I always use some type of palette knife, so get some type of palette knife like this. You're also going to need, I'm going to make a list, y'all, and I'm going to give y'all links to all of this. You need a palette knife that has a curve on the end of it. Either one of these will work, okay? This one's really hard to find. I looked at a few different stores, and I don't even remember where I got this one from. Make sure you have a liner brush, you know, something kind of small like this. Y'all can see that okay? Something kind of small. A flat brush a little bit smaller than this. Maybe something about this size, which you probably, if you paint, you probably have all of this stuff already. This is actually an angle brush, but I use it as a flat brush a lot. And your paints. So you can use either craft paint or you can use paint, like I call them tube paints, tube acrylic paints. When you start buying them in tubes, you know that they're probably better quality paints. Okay, so I'm going to give you a link to all of my Blick. I'm a Blick affiliate. I'm going to give you a link to all of my Blick supplies that I use. This is one color that I used in that painting. It is called Cadmium Red Medium Hue. It's got a very, very faint orange tint to it. It's not a red. It's kind of like a reddish orange. Okay, the white, you're going to need a heavy body white to be able to make the cotton and the texture. If you don't have a heavy body, I would suggest you get something that can thicken your paint for you, can thicken your white paint for you. All right, of course you need your black. Any kind of black is fine. Yellow. The yellow color is very important because that's what's going to give you that pop. Okay, so here's a craft paint yellow that I would go with. Here it is. Here's a craft paint yellow that I would go with. It's called Primary Yellow. There's another one that I like that I don't have in stock, and I think it might be a folk art brand. It's called School Bus Yellow. That is the prettiest yellow that makes, like, if you're doing sunflowers or if you're doing those daffodils. So it's called School Bus Yellow, or you could get something like this, Primary Yellow. If you do buy the more expensive paints, the heavy body paints, this one is Cadmium Yellow Medium. You are going to need a brown. So, and I'm going to put all of this in a list, y'all. I just haven't had a chance to do that yet. So that's why I wanted to come on and just let you know. The rounded palette knife. Yes, Elizabeth. I did find it on Blick, and it looked like they don't sell them anymore, but they had a similar one that I'm going to put in the list, and I'm going to put a link to it. Oh, this is something I wanted to share with you. I used green teal. This is Craft Smart. I just really liked the color. So I used green teal. I had to put a lot of layers to get that green teal. To see that pretty green teal in there on some of those eggs. These eggs right here. We're not using any magenta this time. Whoop, whoop. We are using blue. Okay, the blue is really pretty. So this is an ultramarine blue. This is the blue that I used on here. So you need an ultramarine, you need kind of like a bright blue. Okay. And a bright green. Bright green. It is called Grass Green, and it is from Hobby Lobby. Very, very bright lime green. I don't know if y'all can see that. The camera's not working with it's like super, super bright lime green. It's called Apple Orchard. And I used that to do some highlights on the picture. So in your greens, you need just like a grass green and a lime green. If all you have is one green, that's fine. If you want to get a darker green, you add some black to it. If you want to get a lighter green or a lime green, you add some yellow to it. Okay? So don't worry about getting, like 4 different color greens. You don't have to do that. We mix colors. Say burnt umber, right? You have to have burnt umber. You can't do a painting without burnt umber. Somebody said they were going to name their dog Umber because we use burnt umber so much. All right, guys. So that's just an overview of, just so you know, like where we're going with this. It's not until March 22nd, but I know how y'all, some people just don't go to the store very often. So, anything else? Anything else? Just do me a favor, Tribe Sisters. Share the love. This is the last paint party that I'm doing for a good while. I was kind of in a roll there for a while. I was doing one like every 6 weeks, but I just have to slow down. So, oh, Star, yay, you'll be signing up. It'll be so much fun. We have so much fun. And then the last day we do door prizes, and everybody has a lot of fun doing that. So it's another Facebook group you need to join. Another Facebook group you need to join, Wilson. Starting March 1st, you will start seeing Michael and I a lot, because our tribe launches March 31st. So we have a lot of information to share with our new followers out there. This is going to be a fun launch. It's been a while since I launched, so yeah, we're gearing up for that, and I hope to see y'all all soon. And I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for coming on. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.